And I love. Thank you. I was wondering, I've seen the age limit for express entry is 30. How do you work against time if you're close to 30? What are you supposed to carry on this day when going for SIN, health card, and bank account opening? What questions were you asked for the first time in airport? I think you mean what questions I was asked for the first time at the airport. I have done everything. Where's English test? Looking for money now. There are so many ways you can get this money. I told you on what to pack before coming to Canada. How much it costs to migrate to Canada using the visitor visa. Hello, what is the question at the airport for CBS office? How long it takes for PPR request after remedical? Hi guys, hi, welcome to Pick on a Dime with Sha. Yet another episode. I hope I hope the angle is okay. Welcome to yet another episode of Pick on a Dime with Sha. I promised to be more consistent, and I am doing or working towards that. That is why I'm doing a get ready with me as I head out, as I also include a Q&A in this video. So if I'm being honest, this Q&A I'm actually doing out of guilt. I'm trying to clear my conscience, because I remember, if you have been watching my videos from the very beginning, when I started this YouTube channel, the first thing that I said was that I respond to every single comment, right? Yeah, and then I realized that since I got here, when I got so busy and I got so caught up with life, I have been neglecting that part of my YouTube channel for quite a bit, and I decided to do right by all you, my viewers, right? Because I love you guys so much, and I think it's only fair that I get to live up to my word, right? So again, I apologize for all the comments that I have not yet responded to, and that is part of the reason I'm making this video. As I'm getting ready to head out, I figured I would do a get ready with me as I answer some of the questions that you guys have been asking on my YouTube channel. So this is a Q&A, a get ready with me Q&A session, right? So I did not ask you to ask me any questions, so no, don't worry, you didn't miss that. So I'm just getting this one strictly from my phone, from the comment section. So I'm going to try and multitask so that I answer as I get ready without lagging behind, because I'm kind of in a rush. Yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah, again, welcome to Pick on a Dime with Sha. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love you guys are showing me. Thank you for all the questions you're asking. And I am so happy to be here and to answer as many of them as I can. And we are going to dive right into it without any further ado. So one of the last questions, this one is from, oh my goodness, this one is from 4 months ago. Okay, so this one says, hi, what questions were you asked for the first time in airport? I think you mean what questions I was asked for the first time at the airport. So I think for this one I should make a full video, a detailed one, because there are different questions that you are asked if you are, depending on the visa that you're coming with, you see. So I think, for instance, mine was a permanent residency visa, and it was a one-way, one-entry visa. So my questions are definitely very different from the ones who are coming as visitors and the ones who are coming as students and so forth. So I'm going to make a very detailed video on the kind of questions that you are asked when you are either a visitor, a permanent resident, and the ones that are general for all of them. So please stay tuned for that one. I had actually missed that one. I don't know how I had done that, but thank you for asking that. I'm going to do my due diligence and answer that question, right? Yeah, so just applying my cream really fast. Great. On to the next question. So the next one is from 3 months ago. This actually tells you that I do my due diligence. I do respond to this. It's just that I miss once in a while and I miss a few questions, and that's what I'm trying to rectify right now. So the next question is, this is actually just a statement. It's a correction. It says they are called spatulas. Just watched your video now. This is the video where I was showing you the things I had bought for the first time, the first week unboxing kitchen haul. That is where I unboxed some knives and I didn't know what the spatulas were for. Thank you so much for telling me that these are called spatulas. Next is Mwakenya Pro Max. This channel has me on Kau Kijua Canada hack. Thank you. I'm so glad I'm making your life easier, or your lives easier, because I really wish I knew some of the things that I know now by the time I was moving into Canada. Next, New Sabi, I love your vlogs. I love you. I love you right back. Thank you so much for watching. But they are making me so happy. Next, there's I was just checking if I had hit record, because hey, I had to make sure I had hit record. So next is thanks for your videos. They give us hope that we can live that dream. Oh yes, you can. Just keep the faith, keep believing, work towards it, don't give up. I told you how long it took me, so please don't give up. Your time is also coming. Please keep on it. I have done everything. Where's English test? Looking for money now. And you will get it. Believe it, work towards it. There are so many ways you can get this money. I told you, you can do harambes, you can get gift deeds from your parents, you can get loans from your banks. Sorry guys, I seem to have gotten some cream in my eye. That is going to be so troublesome. I hope it goes away as we go. So no, sorry, did I say loans? No, you cannot get loans from your bank, because you do not want IRCC knowing that you've taken a loan by the time you're coming here. You don't want them to think that you're broke and pretending to have the money. So please do not take a loan from your bank. You can borrow your friends. Let them know that as soon as you get here, you get the jobs here and you can pay them back. You will work your ass off, but you will work your teeth off, but you will pay them back. So there are so many ways of getting this money, so don't give up just because of the money factor. You will get there. Not no one. Most of us didn't have this money from the word go, but you find ways. If you're determined enough, you will get it. Just work towards it. Next, Enyewe, you are doing a good job. Oh, thank you so much. Please make a video on what to pack before coming to Canada. What to pack. I am going to make a video with 3 segments on what to pack. So the first segment is going to be 1, what I carried or what I packed while coming to Canada. If you have watched my videos, as you should have, as I'm sure you have by the time you're getting through this one, you will see the number of suitcases I had while I was landing here. So I will make 3 segments of that video, and this will be 1, what I carried while coming to Canada. 2, what I regret carrying while coming to Canada. Because trust me, in those suitcases there are things I look at to this day and I'm like, oh my goodness, I should have just saved myself the trouble, So that's the second part, what I regret carrying while coming to Canada. And finally, what you should carry when coming to Canada. Okay, so don't worry, that video is coming up very soon actually. So let's finish this. Yeah, so that's that. So please be on the lookout for that video. I know so many people want that videos. I watched that video. I watched so many of what to pack when coming to Canada videos, even from people from other countries, and by other countries I mean other African countries, and mostly the Nigerian people who are coming into Canada. So many videos of people who had already come to Canada before I did, and from so many different nationalities, from so many different countries, and I remember getting so confused. So I'm going to make a video of my experience so far. and what I wish I knew by then, what I didn't find out by that time. So please stay tuned for that video. It's coming very, very soon. So doing my foundation really quick, as if I know exactly what I'm doing. Moving on to the next question. Let's see. Oh, what's your IG? What did I hit? What's your IG? I always put my IG handle. If you check my other videos, I always put my IG handle. For those ones who haven't found it yet, it's _ Princess Sha. That is with triple S, Princess Sha, and another underscore at the very end. You will find me, just DM me. I might take some time, but I always respond to my DMs. Hello dear, how about visitor visa, dear? Oh, this is under how much it costs to immigrate to Canada as a permanent resident. So you asked how about visitor visa. Also, you want to know how much it costs to migrate to Canada using the visitor visa? Okay. So this one I can actually answer. How much it costs when you're coming as a visitor. This is actually very easy, and it is actually the easiest, not easiest, the cheapest visa, if you ask. It is both the it is actually both the easiest one to get and the cheapest one to get. That is the visitor visa. I should actually do a full video about visitor visas, but for now, to answer your question, how much it costs, let's see. So first of all, of course, you will need the application money. Application money is usually 100 Canadian dollars, irrespective of your country or where you're applying from. It is usually 100 Canadian dollars. Next is you will also need money for your biometrics, of course. What's the other thing? You will also need your bank statement. Your bank statement should have around, say, around 6,000 Canadian dollars. Because you're coming here as a visitor, you have to provide your bank statement to show that you have the means to take care of yourself when you get here. You're not coming to be a burden to anyone, and you're not coming here to start begging. So you need to be able to show that you have that amount of money in your bank, because you will be providing your bank statement. Next, which other amount of money do you need? The air ticket, of course. The air ticket, and that's about it. That's why I'm saying the visitor visa is actually the cheapest and the easiest one to get, if you ask me. Only downside is that it's only for 6 months. You can only stay here for 6 months. Well, you have that visa, it is only valid for those 6 months. And you also can't work. You can't work on a visitor visa. Yeah, it is illegal because you do not have a work permit, right? So I hope I've answered that question on how much money you need for a visitor visa. And I will be doing a lengthier video on how to get a visitor visa and all the processes that go into that, because I have gained a bit of experience with that, and I feel like I have a bit I should share with you. So please be on the lookout for that. If I forget, remind me, please. Okay. So where are we? So yes, I hope I have answered that. I have answered that enough. My robe is misbehaving. I hope I have answered that to the best as I could, but again, like I said, look out for the video, for the full video. So next question. Hello, what is the question at the airport for CBS office? I'm not sure what you meant by this. I think what you meant here was CBSA, not CBS, and that is the Canadian Border Services Agency. These are the people that are in charge actually of Canada's ports of entry. So if I have your question correctly, you wanted to know the questions that are asked at the border while you're entering Canada, if I have you correctly. And I think this is the same as the person who asked me about the questions that, yes, this is a similar question to the other one that I had said that I would look into and give you all the questions that are asked at the border. But generally, there's always, of course, like I said, even if they are different for whether you have, depending on the visa that you have, there are some basic questions like for how long will you be in the country, for where are you going to stay, and these are questions that these are things that, or information that is already in your documents, so you have to have it on your fingertips. So in short, all the questions they'll be asking you is information you have already given. So like I said, the questions will depend on the kind of visa that you're coming here with. For instance, if you're coming as a permanent resident, of course your questions will be very different. Sorry, I'm looking for my eye pencil. If you're coming as a permanent resident, of course your questions will be very different from the one who is coming as a student, right? But there are those very general questions that they ask you, like for instance, how long will you be in the country? There is obviously a huge difference between the question. Okay, not a huge difference. There's a difference between the questions they'll ask you if you're coming on a permanent visa as a permanent resident, or if you're coming on a temporary visa. Temporary visa being anything from a student visa, work visa, visitor visa, and so forth, right? So the most basic questions they'll be asking you are, of course, how long are you going to be in Canada? Secondly, especially if you're a visitor, how long will you be in Canada? If you're a student, which school are you going to? Which course are you doing? If you are on a work permit, which company are you going to work for? They will basically ask you who is picking you up at the airport, where will you go to live, like what's the town that you're going to, or where will you be, what's the address that you're going to. So, that's kind of basic questions. But like I said, any question they are asking you is information you have already given in your application. So you need to be sure of what you put in that application. You got to be saying, I'm going to town A, B, and C, and then arrive there and then start telling the officers that I am going to a different place. You see, these are the kind of questions you do not want to mess up. But of course, like I said, I'm going to do a more comprehensive video with this information, but I hope I have given you an idea of the questions that are asked at the point of entry. So let's move to the next question. I feel like I've talked a lot about that one, about visit visa question. That is the same one. This question has come up a lot. I really should concentrate on it, right? I am coming up with that video very soon. Going to do a comprehensive like I said, information. Going to give comprehensive information about that. Next is this is on my relocation travel vlog. Recently I have been watching such videos. I'll be happy to join you in Canada very soon. Thank you. You are the more you guys tell me you have landed, the more you guys tell me you're on your way here, the happier you make me. I feel so good. You're also welcome. Let me help you wherever I can. I am more than willing to. Next, this one. These are just love emojis. Oh, thank you. Next is, what is your IG name? Like I said, I already answered that. How long it takes for PPR request after remedical? Oh, and I can see someone told you 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so how long it takes for PPR request after remedical? I can see someone responded to you and told you 2 to 3 weeks. I would love to be able to give such a definite answer, but the truth is you really can never know. It depends on so many circumstances, and like I said, one story is never the same as the other. Different stories for different people have different experiences. But I would encourage you and tell you that if you have gotten a remedical, this is a good thing because it means there's someone who is working on your file. You know, the most painful part about this process is not knowing, is not hearing anything, is wondering what is happening. So if you're getting a remedical, this is a good sign. Someone is working on someone is working on your application, and it probably means you will get some information, probably, hopefully good news very soon. It also happened for me the same exact way. I got an ADR And after a very short time, I got my PPR, you see. So be encouraged that a remedical means someone is working on your papers, and you will probably get your news very soon. So fingers crossed, pray and be full of faith, be hopeful, don't give up. This is good news. When someone is working on your video, it is a good thing, right? Not video, on your application, it is a good thing. So be encouraged that it is a good thing. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one is rather long, so I'm just going to read it as it is. Hey there, new Sabi here. Welcome to the YouTube channel. This is under my immigration story to Canada. I just came across your YouTube channel and I love. Thank you. I was wondering, I've seen the age limit for express entry is 30. How do you work against time if you're close to 30, with the whole process being so uncertain in terms of processing? I will also see someone else has responded, is it 30 years? I need to check out properly. Hey, I checked it out. Until 30 is when you get the maximum points for the age section. After 30, the points decrease with 5 points. Actually, you've answered your own question, if I may. So, like I said, I think you've already answered your question. You know, back in school when we used to ask questions and then the teacher would ask you back for you to answer it. But one thing that I would correct you is the express entry does not have an age limit. There are people who are even up to 40, 45 who are still working on the express entry applications. Only difference is you get the maximum points, just as you have pointed out. You only get the maximum points, which is 100, when you have not clocked 30, right? When you are between, say, 19 and, would you say 29 and something? Yeah. So getting to 30 does not mean that you are too old to do the express entry. It only means that you lose 5 points with every additional year. Yeah, that is what people are afraid of. But technically, it does not have an age limit. People are doing this process at very, very different, years, and they are still succeeding. So don't let age scare you. Additionally, even as you lose 5 points in age, you can't be adding the points somewhere else. For instance, you can add them through additional certificates. You can do an additional certificate that gives you more points. You can do your languages. If you do your language tests, of course, you get additional points. There are so many other ways that you can try to work against these points. That if I got your question correctly, you are asking how to combat this, and I think the best way to combat it is to look for additional methods or different methods to actually add to the points that you're afraid of losing by clocking 30, right? So I hope I have answered that. There is also the option, before I forget, there's also the option of provincial nomination, where provinces are always nominating people regardless of your age. And if a province nominates you, you get a whole bunch of points on top that will render your loss of 5 or 10 points because of age redundant. When I say a whole bunch of points, I mean a whole 600 points. If you get provincial nomination, if you had 470 points, add 600 onto that. You see? So regardless of you losing 5 points because you clocked 30 or clocked 31 and lost 10 and so on, you get an additional 600, which will obviously render the extra 10 useless, So that is my point. There are so many other different ways of adding to your points if you're afraid of losing them because of your age. So don't let your age be a factor that scares you. I hope that is clear. I hope I've answered and encouraged you, right? I'm really losing the battle here at getting ready, so let's do this very quick and then get right back to this. I look so nice. So guys, I think I have answered a whole bunch right now. I think I'm now 2. Oh my goodness, there are still a few from 3 months ago. So I am going I am going to confirm this. Let's see. Let me answer just 2 more as I wind up. Let's see. Hi Sha, what are you supposed to carry on this day when going for SIN, health card, and bank account opening? This is under my what to do on your first week as an immigrant video. Let's see. So let's see. So let's start from the very beginning. The first, because you've asked about SIN, health card, and bank account opening. So the very first one here is SIN, right? This is your social insurance number, right? And this is the most important number that you're going to get when you land in Canada. To get this, you're going to get it from Service Canada. That is where you are going to get this from. And what do you need when you're going for this? You need proof of identity. Proof of identity for me was my passport, of course. And you also need your COPR, what other people call COPR, right? And that is confirmation of permanent residency. That is if you're coming in as a permanent resident. If you're coming in on a work permit, you will need your work permit visa, right? So because these are what how do I put this? This is how the government of Canada knows you. So this is what they will use to give you your social insurance number. I hope I've answered the first one. The second part is your health card, right? To get your health card, you will need, of course, your proof of identity, which again comes down to your passport, which is your proof of identity. You will also need the SIN, which you got from Service Canada. But the difference is the health card, you're getting it from Service Ontario. That is, for me, it's Service Ontario because I'm in Ontario. So, of course, it's for the province that you're in. So, please get this right. For your SIN, I told you you're getting it from Service Canada, right? But for your health card, you're getting it from Service Ontario or from your province. Please don't confuse the two. What you need when you're going to get your health card, you need the SIN that you got from, Service Canada. And you also need proof of residence where you're staying, and of course finally you need your proof of your proof of identity. That is, for instance, of course it is just your passport, because for now that is the only thing you have, right? Finally, you asked about getting they also, before I forget, they also need to confirm your status in Canada, because the health card is not for everyone. If you're a student, you don't qualify for a health card. So they also need either they need to confirm your status in Canada. That is either your COPR. So please note that you also don't forget to carry your proof of status in Canada, either your work permit or your COPR, right? That is what you need for your health card, because like I said, students do not qualify for the health card. Finally, and let this be my last question for today, guys, please. I promise I will do a repeat of this where I will answer more questions, but this is my last question for now because I am running so late. So the last question is oh, sorry, there was the last part, which is the bank account. You also asked about the bank account. To get the bank account, you actually technically need the exact same things that you need for your health card. You need your proof of identity, that is your passport. You need your proof of status, your status in Canada, either you are a permanent resident or you're on work permit, so that is either the COPR or the work permit. You also need your proof of residence, where you're going to stay, and you also need your SIN that you got from Service Canada. I hope I have answered that question to the full. Guys, please keep commenting. I am going to do more of these videos because I've realized I'm going to cover, and I get to explain a bit more when I'm doing a video than I do when I am responding via text. So please keep on commenting. I will get to do more of these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Nothing but love as always. I'm just going to do this very fast and wind up as I leave. And then because you have been with me as I was doing my get ready with me, I'm definitely going to show you how I look in the end as I rush off. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned just for 2 more minutes. we are about ready. How do I look? That's it. How do I look, guys? What do you think? How do I look? Do I look nice? Do I look okay? So thank you so much for watching Pick on a Dime with Sha. Please stay tuned for yet another episode coming soon. I will be doing more of this because I feel like I'm covering a lot more ground. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Oh, I feel like I'm covering a whole lot more ground. Yeah, I feel like I'm covering a whole lot more ground with such videos, so I'm going to endeavor to do more of this. Thank you so much for watching Pick on a Day with Sha. Nothing but love as usual. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Please stay tuned for the next video. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Mwah.